I'm so excited about today's review because we are crossing into enthusiast territory here, and as a car person, that's where I live. As is probably obvious from its very strong legacy design cues, this is an Alfa Romeo, and from brand alone, we could argue that this is a niche vehicle. We just don't see very many Alfa Romeos on our roads today, but Alfa's looking to change that, and they're pinning a lot of their hopes in that direction on this little SUV's shoulders. So real quick, let me please ask that you subscribe to this channel because we really want you to stick around. And now, let's dive in. This is the 2024 Alfa Romeo Tonale. It's Alfa's first new model in more than 5 years. It's also their first electrified vehicle, and it's their first compact SUV. So it's joining the larger Stelvio SUV and the Giulia sedan, making up a full third of Alfa's lineup. But we're probably going to see more than its fair share of representation for the brand out on the roads because this is offered at a much more accessible price point, without sacrificing style. This little SUV looks like nothing else on the road except maybe the Dodge Hornet, also from parent company Stellantis. That has pretty much the same profile, same rear end, so if you're interested in this package but with an American muscle twist, maybe check out Matt's recent video review on the Dodge Hornet RT. If you're interested in something Italian, you really can't do better than this. This is the classic tri-lobo triple intake grille. It's pure Alfa, very iconic. Now, the Tonale is offered in 3 trims. They're basically treated as sub-brands. They even get their own fonts. We've got Sprint, TI, and Veloce. The sporty-leaning Sprint trim has a dark grille, while the more luxurious Tonale TI gets a silver grille surround. And then it's back to black, or rather gloss black, for Veloce, which is what we've got today. The Tonale is offered in 5 colors. Unfortunately, we've got the most boring one today, Alpha Black. It actually looks really stunning in Verde Fangio green, Alfa Rosso red, Misano blue, then there is a white or a gray option as well. So we have 20-inch wheels today. 19s are standard on the Veloce, 18s are standard on the Sprint and TI trims. I love this 5-hole rotary dial pattern. This is classic Alfa, super iconic. Around the back, this is where it really looks like the Hornet, but it also looks pretty premium to me, this slope in the rear. It's not a bad look to share. So this lighting signature mirrors the tri-lobe headlights, and overall, I think it looks sharp. It's definitely dark in here, although the silver accents brighten things up a bit. I've said it before, I'll probably say it again, I hate Alcantara, so I'm really glad that this car has the optional leather seats. That said, the Alcantara seats that come with this trim are really nice looking. They have this sort of red backing that peeks through the perforation, and it really helps to brighten up this pretty dark cabin. I would still personally go with the leather because I just really need a surface that wipes off, but let us know, would you choose the more attractive red perforated seats, or would you go with the leather surface as well? The front seats are heated and ventilated because we have the $2,500 premium interior and sound package, and the moonroof is an extra $1,200 even on this top trim. It's extra cost on every trim. Don't expect super luxurious appointments in here. If you're just getting out of a German luxury car or even something like a recent model year Mazda, you might be a little bit disappointed with how some of these surfaces feel. But if this is your first foray into higher end vehicles, or if you're just someone who doesn't really care about super premium materials, more power to you, because what you are going to get here is a lot of style. This 3-spoke steering wheel, the binnacle configuration for the gauge cluster, even the way that the center stack is oriented towards the driver is all designed to evoke Alfa's racing heritage. It's really nice. Now, in this front row, we've got 41.7 inches of legroom. In the back seat, 38 inches. It's got 22.9 cubic feet of cargo volume back here, which is more than the Lexus UX or the Volvo XC40. And then with the rear seats folded, it's got 50.5 cubic feet. First of all, if you buy a Tonale here in the US, it's going to come with a plug-in hybrid powertrain. Yes, there are other powertrain options in other markets, but here it's either PHEV Tonale or no Tonale at all. We've got a 1.3 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder paired with a 15.5 kilowatt hour battery and a 90 kilowatt motor in the rear. Altogether, this produces 285 horsepower and 347 pound-feet of torque, which Alfa says is best in class. It's got a 6-speed automatic transmission and standard all-wheel drive. We have these paddle shifters because this is the Veloce trim. They are also available as an option on the TI. Now, I got to ride along for hot laps with a professional driver in a Tonale Veloce on Alfa's speed track at the Bolocco Proving Ground. So I can tell you from experience that this vehicle is capable of more speed and agility than anyone who buys it is going to demand of it. It can do 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5.6 seconds, and it has a top speed of 125 miles per hour. It's got 3 drive modes, which are accessed through this DNA dial down here. You know, racing legacy, sports car DNA. It's cute. So the D is for dynamic, or in this case, dual power. That makes use of both your gas and your electric to sort of maximize performance. N is for natural. That's going to balance the gas and electric power for an optimal mix according to the car of comfort and performance. And then A is for advanced efficiency. That's going to force it into pure electric mode as long as you have the range available. It should be more than 30 miles on a full charge. I've got 31 right now and I drove it here. So listen, drive modes and floppy paddles aside, you're not going to mistake this for a sports car, and that's because it's not. It's a compact SUV. So it offers confident handling, reasonable acceleration, a pretty comfortable ride, and it gets plenty sporty for most drivers, certainly most people who are going to be considering this. Tonale buyers are really going to see the benefits of Alfa Romeo's status as a Stellantis family member when it comes to tech. This is running the Uconnect 5 infotainment system, which is also found on Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram products. It's really good, widely lauded in the industry. This 12.3-inch driver information display is super easy to configure. It's got 3 different modules, so you can pretty much see anything you need to while you're in motion. And then the 10.25-inch infotainment touchscreen has wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It's got 5 different user profiles, so you can really save your preferences for things like music, climate control, seat and mirror position. We do have Alexa on board with car to home and home to car functionality. Pretty much everything is standard, including native nav, but not USB ports for the rear seats in the base trim. All trims do get dedicated vents for the rear seats with that dual zone climate control. We have a 12-speaker Harman Kardon sound system in this vehicle as part of that same package that gave us the ventilated seats. It also gives us seat memory. Alfa Connect comes standard with 3 years of service included if you buy a new Tonale. So that means you can use your mobile app to do things like lock and unlock the car, remote start it, track it if you want to keep an eye on whoever is driving it at the time. You also can allow access, and then you can revoke those permissions later. So you could, for example, let a friend in if they need to pick up their sweatshirt and you're not there. Or you can use it as a mobile delivery location, maybe have an Amazon package delivered while you're at lunch or getting your hair cut. Safety features are almost all standard. That includes adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring, drowsy driver detection, forward collision warning, and lane keep assist. Now, the lane keep assist is a little aggressive for my liking, and it kind of makes it hard to override, which I do not love. But I will say, traffic sign recognition is really good. It's very prompt and responsive, which is great if you're going to rely on that system. You can't exactly say things like, "But officer, the car told me that the speed limit was 55. That just usually doesn't go so well. Now, if you want more advanced driver assistance, you can opt for the Active Assist Plus package. That's going to get you level 2 semi-autonomous driving features. It will also add things like intelligent speed control, park assist, and a 360-degree camera view. I'm talking to you as someone who purchased and loved living with a Mini Cooper S. So I can really appreciate a stylish option, and if this thing isn't all in on super luxe materials, it's got a lot of other things to make up for that, like super modern features. Here's an interesting one. This is the first car ever to be offered with an NFT, non-fungible token certificate. Sounds a little gimmicky, like why would you want that? Alfa suggests that that's actually going to help improve the resale value because it'll track the life of the vehicle and it will let you prove to the potential next buyer that you've maintained it properly. So, the $1 million question, or in this case, the $50K question, spoiler alert. The 2024 Alfa Romeo Tonale starts at $42,995 in its base Sprint trim. The Tonale TI starts at $45,655, and the top of the line Veloce, which we've seen today, starts at $49,695. This one comes to $57,290 with all of the extras. There are more affordable competitors. Even if we're assuming all-wheel drive, because the Tonale has that standard, the Lexus UX and the Audi Q3 both start below $38,000. The BMW X1 and the Volvo XC40 are still under $40,000, and then the Mercedes GLA class, that gets over $40,000, closer to this territory. So why would you consider this when there are less expensive options out there? Well, for one thing, this is the only plug-in hybrid out of all of the vehicles that I just mentioned. It's also one of only two that has standard leather seating. The Audi Q3 is the other one. But maybe the most compelling point is that this is the only Alfa Romeo out of the bunch. So this is a gateway vehicle to the brand and to all of the legacy that comes with it. If you buy this, you can join your local Alfa Romeo club, and I don't need to know where you live to guarantee that that's going to be a very different experience from any of the clubs that you're getting into with any of those competitors. I do need to know where you live to talk about dealership support, so we're not going to do that today. If you're interested, you can head over to CarGurus.com and read my full written review where I do touch on more details like that. If you'd like to know what Matt thought of basically the same machine under a different skin, check out his video review on the Dodge Hornet RT. Please subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of our video reviews, and check back soon because we will be driving something else next week.